D's Playroom. I am, of course, Dee, and today we're doing something a little different. I am going to be doing some swatching. The other day, I bought this Scholar Prismacolor set of 60 colored pencils, and I already opened it, and they're all mixed up from the way they came. I'll try to put a picture of to show you on the screen as to what it looked like in the picture when I purchased it for the listing in Amazon.ca, and of course it's much prettier. But I took them out because I was excited to look at them, and I had done like a little video. I tried to do like swatching on this paper, I believe, and when I was holding up the pencils to show the screen what the color name was and all that, it was all blurry, so it didn't work out so well. But that's okay, because in the meantime, I also did buy this from Amazon, Color Buddy. And it's a book where you can apparently log your pens, patterns, and blends. It says practice shapes, lights, and more. But when I was reading the listing on Amazon.ca, it was showing me basically, I think it said, I don't know, I'll have to double check that, but it basically just said it was like 1,000 swatchings you could do. So I thought it was just going to be swatching like 1,000 different pencil crayons or whatever it is you were swatching. And you can see that you can put the number of the pencil crayon here, or I guess, and or the color name. But yeah, probably. And do your swatches here. I've never used a swatch book before, so this is a little new to me. But this one has all these spaces, but it also has more, as it says here, like patterns and blends and things. So here it has more where I think you can blend different colors together, and you can put what colors you are blending together at the side there, so you know what was done with what. And then it has, I think I just passed it, right? Yeah, a bigger section. It's quite intense. And then it has these pictures where you can color different combinations, I guess. So it's a little more intense than what I thought it was going to be, because all I really wanted was this kind of thing. So that's okay. You know, it's not the end of the world. It's still gonna do a lot of the pencil crayons that I wanted to do, and that's the main point. I can always maybe go online and find some free printable ones, or maybe get another book. I don't believe this was too expensive. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a look at these pencil crayons. We're gonna swatch them, and then I'm going to color a picture with a few of them. And I figured we would do a Christmas picture. Let's see if I can find it quickly. We have a Christmas little cute coloring book, or as it says, cute Christmas coloring book. More fun things from Amazon.ca, and I bought a few other ones too, but they're not Christmas themed. We'll get to those another day. But look at that, isn't it cute? As it says. Yeah, it is. It's very sweet. So I'm excited to do that. But not only that, there's more. We have this book. I'm going to close this and put this to the side. Yes, another Amazon.ca purchase, people. Surprising, right? But it's 480 color combinations, and I have a video out where it's coloring with colors that are inspired by nature, and I'll try to put a link to that video, or a card to that video on the screen there and in the description below. But as you can see, it has all these different color combinations, so you can work together. Now, what I really wanted, and I do have it actually coming as a different book, where you have a picture with all the colors basically in your key in the picture. So it's really, really neat looking, and it just helps you see what that looks like in just a picture setting. So it helps you kind of, I don't know, visual learners like myself, it's just helpful to see it in an actual life setting, so to speak, or nature setting, which I guess is life setting, isn't it? Yes, I would say it is. So that's what we're gonna do. It's a little bit of fun. I like using color keys together. When I was hairstyling, I loved doing coloring, and the hair coloring was just my favorite, most fun thing to do. So this really perks my interest as well, as you can imagine. Now, we'll see how this works, because I know there's only like 4 colors, I think, maximum as a combination. So to do a whole big picture with just 4 colors might be a little challenging, but you know what? We might be up to the challenge, or maybe we can figure out something. Maybe just take a main picture, like a paint, or main part of the picture. Like, let's say we do the dog in one color combination, and then this in a different color combination, the tree. So I just want to see how these colors harmonize together, but then will it all work together? Interesting. Anyways, it'll be fun. I thought it'd be fun for those who love color and love to check that kind of stuff out. So now I'm going to do the swatching. I'm gonna find myself a pen. Okay, so I have this Xuxiao fine liner, and I like this because it actually will allow you to erase the pen because with friction. And this little material back here, it feels like plastic and a rubbery plastic, but I'm not sure what it is, but it allows you to erase any problems. So you can see that. You should be able to erase it. And there it goes. Because I don't don't like commitment when it comes to pens. So it's not perfect, as you can see, but it's pretty good. Oh no, didn't want to ruin my page, but you get the idea. Okay, so we're going to now open this. This is kind of cute too. And the cute thing about it is not only, like, this was $20 when I bought it, and this is in Canadian currency, but it's now at 27 something. So I got it at a really good deal. I think it was still part of like a Black Friday thing. So what you do is you open this, and I didn't realize it because I actually had this in the recycling until I noticed on the listing that you could actually just open it. And then what you do is you snap this together behind it. Sorry, I know that's loud. Snap. And then it becomes like a little stand. Isn't that great? So I'm going to put this over here. You won't be able to see too much of it. And then we're just gonna grab a pencil, colored pencil, and write it down and do the swatches. So I will speed that up for us, so we're not gonna make this video like 10 days long. And we'll start by putting the Prismacolor. Is it Prismacolor? Yeah, Prismacolor. Okay. So Prismacolor. Now these, of course, are not the Prismacolor, what they have like a premier set. This is good, as they say, a scholar one, so it's meant to be harder to break. It's, what do they say? They also say it on the back here. Let's see here. Designed to minimize breakage for developing artists, blendable smooth coverage, ideal for a wide range of student uses, idea development, sketching, drawing, mixed media, and more. So it is a little more of an economical version of their colors, which I find is a great way to start with a new kind of line. But from what I've heard through other artists, and well, I guess I'm kind of an artist. I might not be a great one, but I guess I dabble. But other colorists online, that Prismacolor is a good color pencil, so we'll check it out in the Scholar one. And then we'll put Scholar here. And then we'll say 60 set. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Okay, so that's all 60 of the Prismacolor Scholar set that I bought. And look at all those colors. I felt, and I'm no expert by any means, but I'm just taking you along this journey of coloring with me, and I think from what I do know, is it's a smooth kind of a pencil crayon. It seems like it could be a good blending pencil crayon like it states, and it has a great option, this set of colors, different variations, and I think it's a really good set, and I was really lucky to get it at such a great price. So let me go check what Milo is barking about, my puppy, and when we come back, I will be choosing a picture to color and a color key that we will try to find, hopefully a pencil crayon that matches the color key that we choose for the picture, or close enough anyways, doesn't have to be dead on. And we'll color a little Christmas picture together. All right, so I'll be right back. Hang tight. Okay, so let's see here. Move some things over. Put our colors to the side for now. Okay, so, oh, that's pretty. I don't know. You know what? Let's just do this one then. I don't know. Oh, just open to it, and I like it. So we'll do that, and we'll take our color combination book here. And let's see if we can find a color key of 4, at least having enough, a color combination that is close. Well, you know what? It doesn't have to be standard colors either. Oh, look at these. These are like pastels. Really pretty. You know, even if it's non-traditional kind of colors, if it's close, it doesn't have to be like super exact, I guess, right? Let's just think outside of the box, so to speak. Oh, these are really pretty and Christmassy kind of tones. I like that. That would work for a tree, but we don't have any real star color. Let's see if we can get something a little bit similar, but with a bit of a star color. So we want greens. Whoops. Do we have to be that specific? Oh, I was gonna say specific. This is really pretty. I know we can make brown if we use all our primary colors, which are, let's see if my hairstylist self can remember this, which is, primary colors would be red, yellow, and blue. So, let's see, red, yellow, and blue. We don't have all that in here. But we do have the red and yellow. And, okay. So there is no brown here, but I think we can still make do. I'm gonna go with this color key. So it's like a kind of deep red, or I don't know if that would be considered a scarlet red. I don't think so. I think scarlet red is more of a brighter color. But let's see if there's something similar here that we can find in our book, our swatches. The only real strong red that I see right now is, oh boy. What's 326 here? Let me try to find it. Found it. That was quick. Whoops. Cosmo's crazy. Excuse me a second. I don't know what Cosmo's barking at, but I mean, there's a lot of delivery trucks out there. But in that meantime, I saw 326, but then I saw 324, and it's a deeper red. Yeah, I still think 326 is the one we're gonna find that is the closest to that. Now, these colors on top, I forget what they mean, but I'll put it up on the screen. I have to figure it out, but it goes to some sort of big color code or key thing, and yeah, I forget. Completely blank out as to what that is, but again, I'll put it up on the screen so that you guys will know. And let's find our kind of really golden yellow, which I would say this looks pretty close, this 381. Let's see if I can find that quick. Here it is, 381. And then we have this more typical yellow, which I think the 317 mimics. That would be this one. And then we need a green. And that one I think looks a lot like the 308 here. So let's see if I can find that. 380, 308. Okay, and that's 308 right here. So we have our 4 colors. And I don't know, what do you think? I think that'll do. Okay, we're gonna make it work. So I'm going to move this over, but I don't want to lose our page here. So I'm going to have to mark it. Just put my ruler here. Okay, we're good. And let's color just using these 4 colors. That's pretty crazy, right? Okay, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit and wish me luck. Let's see what we can do. Okay. And here we go. So, as you can see, I decided to color the outside trees off camera just because I didn't want the video to take too long. And yeah, I did them a little differently, and I'll explain what I did. So, if you were able to kind of keep up with the speed of the video, which I'm sure you would have, you saw that I colored the center tree all with the lighter of the 2 yellow orangey kind of colors, so that well, my reasoning is that way we just got a bit of a different kind of green, a warmer green color. Combining colors can be a great way of creating new colors and different tones to colors and just make your pictures more interesting. Some colors mix very well, so you have to be very familiar with your color wheel, which is a whole other thing, but I'll explain a little bit more shortly. Other colors, like, they just clash heavily, so you'll end up with muddy colors and just very unpleasant combinations, which is why I would recommend getting a like sketch pad or something like this one I got from my dollar store here in Canada. And you can just combine colors here before you place it down on paper. Or well, for this you could even use like printer paper or something like that, but it's up to you what you want to use. I like using more of a sketch paper, but just something so that if you place it on your actual picture you're coloring, it's not going to ruin it if it turns out very different or poorly than you had expected or hoped. So I did the yellow, got the green on top. Green is made from blue and yellow, so it works very well. Created a nice warm color. I used the red, of course. I did, all the balls, the Christmas ornaments, with yellow first too, again, just to create some differences. This red is it's called a carmine red. And then when I put it with the yellow, I created a little more of an orange tone, undertone for that red, because, you know, it just blends together again on the wheel. Like, the primary colors that we have in our world are blue, red, and yellow, and those are colors that cannot come or be created by mixing two other colors. They are just as is. But you can use those three colors to create a crazy amount of every color that you see in the world. It's some combination of 1, 2, or 3 colors, the primary colors together. So it's just crazy how that works. And if you're really invested in this, you would want to maybe check out color wheels and things like that. Now, with my hairstylist background, I know all that very well, because you really definitely needed to know that being a colorist. So yeah, and then, so that's what I did here. And I colored over it, and I was quite pleased with it. I really, really like it. Now, this tree was the tree I did next, and I'll explain. I know the trunks aren't done, but I'll explain that. I decided to play with shadows or shading, and I decided, and it almost looks like they're hot dogs. I realized after I started, but it was too late. I could color completely over with the red to kind of hide that, but it looks to me, it reminds me of like ketchup and mustard, but I don't know. It still looks good though. They are the Christmas colors, and they were on our page. And just to refresh our memory, we'll look at the colors that we did choose. Now this one only came with a 4-color kind of combination. And one thing you can remember too is if you're going to use something like this, which I believe is, yeah, they call it a hex color. And I'll put up on the screen what that means. And it's just basically my understanding, without reading it off of a screen or something, is it's the HTML, like the computer color code that they use so that when they create graphic designs, it can be recreated by just knowing that color code number. So it was created that way for that purpose, I believe. And yeah, so if you knew that you use this D91A1A color to do, say, the lettering in a picture or logo, if you needed to get it recreated by someone else or touched up or whatever, you would just say, hey, I use that color for that, and there's no guesswork at all. So I think that's really, really cool. So that's where all these kinds of colors come from. Now, okay, so let's not get too sidetracked, because I know I do like to do that. So staying on track. So I did that, and then I just did a shade out from the light green to the dark, just to create almost like there's more snow on this tree, and I thought it was kind of fun. And then this one, I just kind of did the reverse. I just did the edges and then left the tops of the tree in the white. So we're just using the light of the paper as a contrast, and again as basically another color. And the reason, oh, sorry, the stars, I did all the same. I did the lighter of the two kind of yellow oranges. This one is orange yellow, and this one is orange ochre. And I just did the lighter of the two, which is the orange yellow first, and then used the orange ochre on the edges just to create some more dimension and some interest to our page. So just using those 4 colors, I created this look, and I love it. Now obviously there is nothing going on in the background. I could actually choose to take some of the coloring, probably a yellow mix, and do like a sunset sort of background. And then we have snow here, and yellow snow is probably not a good look, but you could do that. Maybe it's the sunset shining off of the snow, but I don't know. I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I just kind of left it and let nature be what it is. Now for the trunk, normally, of course, as you realize, it's usually a white or a brown and white kind of coloring for a trunk. It's definitely not green, orange, or red, at least no tree that I know of, unless you're maybe in Whoville. But so the one thing I did explain about the color wheel too was if you mixed, you know, some certain colors together, I'm just going to move this over for a moment, they do become muddy. And one thing we know in the color world industry, hair coloring industry, is if you mix the 3 primaries together, and I guess obviously this goes with any kind of color work that you would do, I'd imagine, you would get kind of like a muddy or a brown shade. So I'll show you what I mean. So if I was to use the green and the red that I could only use, I'm only sticking with these colors even for this example. I'm not using a blue. So I'm going to show you what it would look like. I could have, actually let's just do that on this side. I did it a little bit here, but I'll show you how I got that. So, well, this one just came out, so let's use that one. Maybe that's the color lords telling me what to do here. So I'm going to start with, let's start with our lightest color here. Don't really need the yellow, but we'll put it because we have it. And then if you put red right over it, again, you're going to get more of an orangey tone. This red's a little stronger than that yellow, so it kind of dominates. Then we're going to use our highest pigmented color, which of course is our green. And we're going to see what happens here. So of course, that's not blending so pretty. It's turning into a pretty muddy color. And it's not that great. Maybe we can kind of make that a little muddier. Putting more red to it. And then more green as well, just to darken it up. And we're starting to get a little... Oh, is that lifting off a bit? Yeah, it is. Okay, interesting. But anyway, so you can see, and again, you won't see perfectly well because everyone's camera is different, that it creates a very muddy and not very flattering color. And I really didn't want to do that to our beautiful Christmas trees. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to just say, hey, this is what I did do with the colors that we chose from our hex color code. Little chart there, color key, I guess. And now I'm going to use a nice kind of brown. Let's choose, this is just raw umber, and we're going to do one of the trunks in this one. Those color keys are great if you are unsure what colors kind of fit together, and it's a great starting point, but it doesn't have to be the only colors you stick to. I just did that to show you what you could do with those kind of colors to create different kinds of looks. You're not limited to just laying it down on the paper and it all just kind of being super similar. You can shade it out, you can layer, and that kind of thing. So that's always an option that you have, and it's fun. And it's great to challenge yourself too. So here we're just going to use the browns. Now, the raw umber here, it's not a very strong brown color. And I always like to, I don't know, shade a lot. So I'm going to choose something that's a little darker of a brown in the same kind of family and idea. This is dark brown. That makes a lot of sense, and that's probably what we need to do. And we'll just, actually in this one, if I use a lighter hand, the little bits of white that are in the back that I didn't get covered actually are just kind of being filled in with this darker one. We're getting a really neat color, but I feel like I need to kind of lighten it up a little bit, so I'm going to turn to my white. And again, we do have our color swatches here, so I could choose from there too and then go grab my pencil, but right now I'm just visually grabbing it from my cup here. And now this is just going to create, I think, a little bit of a lighter section. Yeah. The reason I wasn't 100% sure is because I haven't used these pencil crayons yet, but that is the rule of thumb. And there we go. If we do a little too much or it's not blended, just go over it a little bit more, and there you go. Now I do have this little thin eraser, and it's called Elastomer from Tombow, and it is great for just getting those little bits that go over the edges and cleans it right up for me. So I love that. That's a handy tool to get. Now this one, let's do something different. We should have like another kind of brown. This is a terracotta. What is terracotta? This is the 344. I'm going to reverse. Oh my goodness. Refer to my, I love it when I mess up. Okay, refer to my color chart here, 344. Okay, that's that right there. And that could be a trunk color, sure. Just wanted to be sure. Yeah. Now, the one thing you have to understand too with colored pencils is they're not going to be the same kind of color all across the board. I'm going to mix it with my light brown. Sorry, my raw umber. And so that's why color swatching is so important. Just so you can see what you have as a laid down color for your pencil crayon, because even by looking here and here, it's not going to be exactly what you're going to see on the paper. So swatch it, make sure you're safe and sure. So there we go. We have another bit of a look here, and you can see I love having dimension with colors and shading light and dark, different tones of the same color. It's just great. You just get so much better of a result. And we have one more here. This one we can make into like a little birch tree. I'm putting down white first. The only reason is I know there's white obviously on the page. It is white, but that's just to create a base of this color, which is usually kind of like a wax or oil base to pencil crayons. I think this one's wax. And then just doing a light layer. Let's go back to the the raw umber. I'm going to sharpen it with my electric sharpener. That is a great tool. Look at that. 2 seconds flat. You've got yourself a sharp point. So I'm just going to lightly go over and see about kind of creating somewhat of a birch trunk. Usually I think it's more of a gray, but you know, this could work fine for today's purpose. And there you go. If you don't like something because that white's going over the black lines, you can kind of clean it up a little bit. And there you go. We have 3 different looking trunks. Isn't that great? So what you can do now, I'm going to take the last minute or so just to kind of explore something else with you about using mixed media. So of course I've used all pencil crayon for this picture so far, but you can also use things like gel pens, white jelly rolls. Like here's one. I actually had it here so I don't have to reach for it, but one moment more. I'm going to go grab my gel pens too because I want to show you something else. And I think the gel pens that I have with the kind of metallic and glittery kind of look is great for a Christmas picture. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I have my little bag of gel pens and I really should swatch everything. And that's what I'm going to do slowly. So I just have it in my book, but I don't have that yet, so we'll make do. Now with something like the Jelly Roll white pen, you can do so many like accents to your decorations on your tree in this case, but just to your page or your object you're coloring. You create just reflections, just so many little things. So let's see, if we want to, on the little ornaments here, we could do like a little shine reflection. Let's see, gotta get this pen rolling. I haven't used this in a while. So I'm going to just see if it's working over there. I think it is. So let's try that again. There we go. See that? That's so great. And it goes right over our pencil crayon. Doesn't ruin anything. They are like a really smart choice for someone who wants to take their adult coloring to a different level. And then you can do that to all your baubles if you'd like. But you can see the difference it makes. And I don't know, I love it. I think it's pretty great. So you could even do it on your star. So you could do like a little white tip here. Here. And remember, it goes over the black too, so that's something you gotta be cautious of. Worst case scenario, you could always color take a black like liner pen or something and recreate that line if you've gone too far, like I have in some spots. And it's pretty great, right? Obviously, we're just playing around. I'm just an artist. I'm a dabbler in the coloring. I'm learning all this, you know, more so recently. Rediscovering some things and learning more and sharing with you guys. So this is pretty great, isn't it? I love it. And yeah, so again, you could do things like that. Or again, just keep saying again. Gel pens are a great way to add. Like here's a red gel pen with some metallic, or it's like a red, pinkish red. So I'm going to use it here. Again, we swatch. Do I have a red? Is this more of a red, or is this the same? That's a bit more red. Again, that's why you got to swatch, right? But okay, so what we're going to do is here, create a little glitter. I don't know if that laid down. These pens are old though. I'm not sure if they're working quite so well. So you know what? I don't know if that is working, which is a shame. Let me just try something else. Let's try this one. Okay. This one seems to be working. Okay. So going over my ketchup look on my little condiment tinsel. There you go. Now, if you had a Q-tip, which I don't right now, I'm just going to use a Kleenex. Actually, I'll use this end of a paper towel. And just carefully dab some of that ink that sits on top to blend things more. I think that works nicely too. Oh, you can't really tell. I think I need to get new gel pens, but I hope that it gives you an idea of what things you can do to just the pencil crayons, or what you can also do with your pencil crayons. And if you like that, I'm learning more and I'll share with you what I learned. And yeah, we're doing great. We're doing great. I'm going to just quickly, because I forgot to do this, we're going to use like a light kind of blue, and we're just going to finish this up with a little bit of a blue tint to our snow, just to identify it as being something a little different than just the white page. There we go. And I don't know if you can see that at all there. And that's it. Okay guys, so if you like this kind of video, please let me know in the comments down below. I really love doing these videos. It's being being creative, but in a different field of arts and crafts, if you will. And yeah, so until next time, take care of yourself, take care of others, stay crafty, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye!